Hello, my name is Jakeel Johnson, and I would like to explain my views on homework in terms of how students think of homework today and how it can be detrimental instead of progressive the way that it's being taught now. I'm currently a college student at Triton College, and we've had discussions about why homework can be harmful or helpful, and I see both how I have both opinions. I'm impartial, but I really do think that homework can be detrimental for a few reasons, and this could be on the instructors. Um, Teachers don't tend to really give a student something to think about when they go home. They tend to give them um, this small view, this one opinion that they have to think about, and they're not really allowed to, go outside the box. So I think it's important that students have their own opinions and form their own ideas instead of just having this one small, cramped view that they are forced to think about. They're not really allowed to think about anything else. And teachers also, I've noticed in my days in high school because when you're in high school, kids are distracted by their phones, video games, Facebook, social media. It's bound to happen anywhere. But what I found in a few teachers in high school was that they were really into what they were teaching their students, and they went beyond what the books told them to do. Like they actually took their time to explain why we as students should care about this, how it applied to our lives, and why we should think about it. And I think that's what teachers need to do nowadays instead of just handing a student a piece of paper and say, hey, you need to do this, or, just look at this assignment. And, students are bound to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. And you really are not going to have a chance to, you're not really going to have a chance to form your own opinion if you're forced to think of a small viewpoint of someone. It's almost like you're conditioning a student to learn their own ways, and you really don't. Students don't really get the full experience of learning something. It's pretty much you hear something, it goes in and out the other ear, and then within the next 2 or 3 months, whenever the school year ends, you're going to forget about it. You're not even going to remember what you learned because you never applied it to your life and you never thought, hey, I feel like this is applied to my life because so and so forth. I mean, like in U.S. history, I'm currently taking U.S. history class. My teacher is very enthusiastic about the subject, and we have discussions in class like back then. Why do you think the Revolutionary War affected the way we think now? Like, how do you think that event then has molded us into the people we are today? Or how do you think it applies to our lives? So it's different for everybody, and I think if teachers were more you know passionate about teaching a class instead of just doing it just for the money or not really caring about the students, but they don't take the time to actually try to give their students something to think about, then more often than not homework is just going to be you know another thing where students are just like it's whatever, and they're going to tend to, play video games, watch TV, get on Facebook and all these other social media websites instead of actually thinking in a way that makes them say, well, I can relate to this because, and I know it doesn't apply to some subjects like math or science, but in history and in writing, um, which are two important things that students should be able to develop their own opinions. I don't think teachers do it enough. They push it, but it's not there enough. So with homework, I think it's better if teachers could do it in smaller portions in a way that they can get to their students instead of overloading them with all this work and expecting them to finish it within the next 2 to 3 days. I mean, that's not how the brain works. I mean, your brain can only take so much information, and your brain has to, eventually breathe. And I don't think with the assignments today that more kids are dropping out is because kids are not allowed to breathe with their homework. So I think it's important that students can have something to relate to with their homework, especially in reading and writing. And for science and math, it's all about portions. You can't just overload a student and just say, I need you to do this in like 2 days or 3 days. You need to allow them as much time as they can, and every student learns differently. So those are just a few of my viewpoints on why I'm kind of against homework, but I think it should be tuned in a way to be more engaged to the student and just not a way for teachers to try to reinforce what they learn in class. So thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.